Ho, 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 Merry Christmas once again, Retro Unlimbers. This is part 2 of our special video game show commentary, live from Harry Yackland. Welcome, I'm here in my field. The snow is coming down, because of course it is Christmas. It certainly isn't November that I'm recording this, it's a couple of days before Christmas. And oh, is that Santa Claus I can see flying over in his sled? Oh, it can't be. It's too early for that. That's tomorrow night, because this is the day before Christmas Eve. Christmas Eve Eve. And we're here, in the London Dungeon for GamesMaster Series 3, Episode 16, with shouty Dexter Fletcher, who's, well, he's got a bit better since the earlier days of this series, but I always found him a little bit over-enthusiastic for this particular role. I prefer Dominic and his understated style. And hopefully that's the last I'll say that's negative about this show, because on the whole, I love all 8. I think there were 8 series of GamesMaster, were there? Or was it 7? I don't know. Maybe there were only 7 and they disowned the 8th. Certainly, I believe Dave Perry would have done that. In fact, Dave Perry would have disowned all of the last 3 after that incident with Super Mario 64, haha.
Yes, I'm King of the Rats and I hate all cats and I'm down at Croydon.
Right, okay, thank you very much, King of the Rats.
But we're here in Series 3, many seasons before. This is a jam-packed season, with, I believe, nigh on 30 episodes. This is 16, and we're, what, halfway through the run? Just over halfway? Christmas, 93, I do believe, and we have the Panto stars here. I think they're supposed to be some famous soap stars from the time, I would guess, because generally soap stars do Panto. Shout out to Rich Higton, the 90s video game dude, who's been in Panto this season. No disrespect to you, but a little bit of disrespect to these guys here, the soap stars, who I don't know. Sorry, I've never watched soaps.
You're a baddie, tell us your name.
I'm King Rat.
Boo, hiss, boo, boo, that's a bit more like it, thank you very much. Get in the Panto spirit, you lot. Sorry, sir, your name?
I'm Richard Whittington.
And I'm the captain of the ship.
You are the
Oh, is that Sean Bean? Ah, we do have somebody famous. Fantastic. So, Dexter, you've missed a trick here. You've not put a ribbon on your microphone. See, that's where you slipped up, GamesMaster. GamesMaster could easily have had the better Christmas special if only it had a ribbon on Dexter's mic.
Cartoon favorite Yogi Bear.
Oh, GamesMaster, wearing his Xmas hat there. Brilliant. Oh, no. Not this game. I mean, it looks good enough. Look at Yogi jumping around comedically there. But I bet it sucks. Why did all these blasted Hanna-Barbera cartoons have to have a platform game? Why? Oh, forget that for the moment, because we have the aforementioned heavenly body that is Dave Perry. I'm sure all you ladies will agree with me out there. It's time to start the challenge, of course. Dave Perry will be commentating on this, fighting with Dexter Fletcher to commentate on this, but take stock of this for a second. You're listening to me doing a commentary over Dave Perry, doing a commentary over Dexter Fletcher, doing a commentary over a game. And I'm talking about Dave Perry and Dexter Fletcher, but not the game. So it's many layers of commentary. Oh, my head's about to explode! Ugh. Sorry about that. Oh dear. I'm not going to be able to enjoy Christmas now, am I? But in the meantime, this guy has collected... Wait a minute, why do you collect clocks in this game? Hasn't Yogi got enough time on his hands? I mean, he's a bear. What does a bear have to do except sit there in his zoo and roar a few times, maybe? Incidentally, bears don't roar like lions. They go meow, meow, meow. Like a cat, they whine. So, if ever you've seen a bear in a film and it goes then first of all, it's probably constipated. But secondly, it's wrong. That is a lion's roar. Bears go I wonder if Yogi ever made that noise. Well, anyway, yeah, Yogi, what does he have to do all day? He just sits around in his cave in the Wonderland Zoo. There are certain birds who stay at home every night, never quarrel or fight. They don't even bite. But hold on a minute. I've just confused myself there. Anyway, what on earth does collecting cloaks have to do with Yogi Bear? Apart from the fact, as I've said, he has a lot of time on his hands. He wouldn't need more time. He wouldn't need to buy time or collect time. He already has it. So there, that's the end of my rant on Yogi Bear.
Your challenge, good luck for you, boys.
Okay, off he goes. He's lost it down as well. He missed a couple of clocks back there.
He's going the other way.
Yes, there's a load of clocks back there. And he's got 8 clocks early on. He's already on the range
He's
tail.
serious about his Games Master challenge. Oh, unlucky.
Yeah, he was hogging it in practice, but he got very, very good. These Stokes are a bit nasty, or weasels, or whatever they are. Jumping on their heads, dealing with them, getting them out of the way. But they're taking an awful lot of energy off him.
Look out for him.
He's only got 2 slices of cake left. One slice of cake left. He's got to deal with these Stokes.
Keep going, Graham.
Very well, there's the clocks he needs. There's 4 clocks. That's what he
Oh, come on, don't do that. What are you doing here? Are you using one of those special contraptions they use on Games World? No, they aren't. They're using an actual controller, so there is no excuse for that, my friend. Although I guess having never played a video game is plenty an excuse. Oh, Aladdin Wok! I think I've been there. That's my local Chinese. Aladdin Wok. Hey, they do fantastic wonton. Well, they would if I knew what wonton was. I don't eat Chinese. Now it's time to go to the reviews. Ladies and gentlemen, in this show, I forgot to mention this at the start. I'm sorry, forgive me. But in this show, you'll be seeing the appearance of a person who has appeared on an episode of Retro Unlim Live. And he has said of his appearances in not just this episode, but the other episodes that he was in, big clue, that if I post a link to it, or indeed do a commentary over it, he'll never speak to me again. Can you guess who that person is? Well, I'm not going to tell you, because you're going to have to work it out for yourself.
On the Super Nintendo. Why it appeals to me so much, I'm not sure. At first glance, it appears to be just another run-of-the-mill overhead shoot-'em-up. But play for a while, and you'll realise it's full of 50s B-movie tackiness.
There you go, Paul Rose's Game of the Year 1993. Zombies. I'm going to have to ask him about that the next time I speak to him. Oh, by the way, that is in no way giving away the fact that it may or may not have been him that I interviewed on Retro Unlim Live. Oh dear, oh dear.
Claymates and clay fighters for the SNES. Unusual ones, I suppose, but superb characters and great action. Lot of laughs.
Our reviewer's choice for 93. And now, our new Room of the Future competition. Here are the...
It's the Room of the Future, Marty! We've got to go back to the future, to the past, to save the future! What on earth are you doing there? Ah, yes, that's the only thing that he's good for, Dexter, is... No, I'm not going to say it, sorry. Expunge the previous comment from the record. Because here we have some very futuristic consoles that are found in the Room of the Future. I think one of them is a Philips CDI, but... yeah, big success that turned out to be. I remember maybe once or twice at school, kids would say, "Oh, I have an Atari ST," or "I have a Philips CDI." But they were treated as social pariahs, because the Mega Drive and the SNES were the consoles of the time. Even kids with an original NES were probably given no end of jip because they were retro gamers, and retro gaming does not exist when you're a school kid. Only the newest consoles and games will do. And basically you have to have rich parents or get hooky copies of the games to experience the latest titles. Certainly I don't fall into any of those categories, so police, if you're watching this, I never pirated a single thing. Haha, I promise.
2 for second place, and 0 for last.
And we go back to the studio with Angel Dave Perry. It really doesn't suit him, that get-up, does it? But it's somehow quite funny. I would have laughed at that, I'm sure. Actually, no, I never would have laughed at GamesMaster Series 3. It's one of those series I remember nothing of. I don't remember anything of Dexter Fletcher. The only thing I remember of Games World is Dominic. And for good reason, because he was there for most of the run.
A nice bit of bounce to get to the platform so that he can get to those higher diamonds, but he doesn't hit the most.
Oh, look at that! They're collecting diamonds in this game. I wonder if they're Dominic diamonds. But yes, Dexter Fletcher is less memorable than Dominic, it has to be said, but I was reading Dave Perry's website the other day as research for this, and I've not even mentioned this website yet. I should have, because that's the only research I did for this. But Dave Perry cut a lot of slack to Dexter, and I would too if I were his co-commentator, because you're never privy as a watcher to the stuff that's going on behind the scenes. It must have been so tumultuous. With the regular presenter gone for whatever reason, he must have pulled out at the last minute, so they got in Dexter, who has no real previous experience of show presenting. I mean, he appeared on Press Gang and a few other shows as an actor. But he was drafted in at the very, very last minute, I assume, to fill this role, and in the circumstances he probably did a very good job. Allegedly, the guys behind the scenes were shouting at each other, "Oh, do this, do it this way, do it that way." They were bickering and squabbling, and Dexter Fletcher was doing his best to hold it all together. And the reason why he was screaming and shouting over Dave Perry and the other commentators, he was trying to cheer the contestants up. I guess in this case there's no real issue with that, because these are adults and I think they shouldn't need any geeing up. They'd want to beat their fellow panto dudes. Hold on a minute, have we seen that guy somewhere before? I believe that guy has been in Series 1 of GamesMaster. Once again, research fails me. I'll have to look that up. Deep Ghoul, shout out to you. Was he? Oh dear, I shouldn't do individual shout-outs. Alfred Chicken. I read a review of this, I believe in Total magazine. It was for the Game Boy version. They gave it a very, very good score. And I always wanted to buy it because of that, but I never got the chance. First of all, I never had a Game Boy. This magical device! Oh, you can play a game as you walk around? Hey, Mum, can I have one of those for Christmas? Okay. I was very, very excited. I waited and waited. Christmas Day, opened it up. It's a Tiger handheld! You got me a Tiger! Oh dear, Christmas memories. And not all of them were good. Right, Dick Bath, Aladdin Walk and Dick Croydon. Make up your own innuendos for that, children. And adults as well. There's probably far more adults watching this than kids. What kids are interested in retro games? Please let me know if your kids watch GamesMaster. And please let me know if Dominic Diamond's innuendos go over their head. And also, to a lesser extent, Dexter Fletcher's innuendos, but I have yet to spot any Dexter Fletcher innuendos, which makes me think that Dominic himself inserted them. The cheeky swine! Now, what should have happened is Dominic, when he quit this show, should have gone over to Games World on Sky One. Oh my goodness, I would have been in heaven.
Teams left, they're battling out for the fabulous Games Master Golden Joystick. All sounds like a good prize. Not only that, we've got a smashing knockout celebrity challenge for you after the break. So don't go too far. See you in a sec. Bye.
I guess I was a lucky kid in that my parents had Sky. And it was a relatively new thing. We'd only just got it, and I was mad on watching everything that I could on this. Because when you're 7 and 8 years old and you don't have the internet and you don't have teletext, you only have video games and TV. And a TV show with video games? Oh, pant-wetting stuff indeed. And indeed, we're going to see some more pant-wetting stuff here because, oh, it's Santa Claus. Except, know what I mean, Harry? It's not really Santa. It's Frank Bruno. Know what I mean, Harry? Oh, he's brilliant, Frank. He's been on this show before, and he loved it so much, he came back in a Santa costume. Yeah, I believe Frank Bruno must have been doing panto at this point, even though he was fighting competitively. Well, oh dear, it's a good source of income on the side, I guess. So anyway, he's come back. He enjoyed it so much the last time that he came back with his daughter, and he's going to fight off with her in, guess what? A fighting game, a boxing game, of course. Well, what else? And GamesMaster is just about to tell us all about that here.
All right, then, let's go to the Games Master. See what your challenge is going to be, yeah, Nick? All right then. Right, I.
Our celebrity guest and his lovely young daughter will go head-to-head on the boxing simulation Greatest Heavyweights for the Sega Mega Drive. As Mr. Bruno knows, only too well, the accuracy and the number of punches landed will give you the upper hand. But the damage inflicted to your opponent's head and body will count the most. My golden joystick is waiting for a champion. Ding ding!
Oh, you can handle my joystick anytime, Patrick Moore. I've got a quick shot. You can use it. You can come round and play Roland on the ropes with it.
And sting like a bee if she's going to catch Frank, because in practice he was brutal.
Did you see that boxer there? He looks suspiciously like Muhammad Ali. I wonder if it was him. And oh, here he is again. Nicola is fighting as him. Now, I'll give you 0.5 guesses. Who's going to win this fight? I mean, who's going to throw this fight is probably a better question. Actually, that's not true, because Nicola would probably be a better video games player. She owns the video games consoles, whereas Frank, he doesn't play them. He boxes people. He walks around the streets at night going with his boxing gloves on and just punching people. Oh, hello Frank, you alright? Yeah, I'm just practicing. Oh, he doesn't really do that, and he never did, Frankie. I love him. He's so great. He fought the corner for British boxing for so long. We have a lot to thank him for. He's a legend, a true legend of British boxing and GamesMaster. He wouldn't really do that. I'm only joking, of course. That was the Frank Bruno cartoon I was describing. Meanwhile, surprise, surprise, look who's won. It is Frank Bruno's daughter. Now, I wonder if Nicola is now a boxer herself. It's something that bears research, but research is not something that I often do, especially not at Christmas. What do you think I'm doing? I'm stuffing my face with turkey and decorating my Christmas tree with tinsel. I have no time for research. I only have time for muscle-bound blokes coming to deliver the golden joystick. There are now 2 golden joysticks in Frank Bruno's household. They sit proudly on the mantelpiece. Of course, Frankie was in, I think it was season 1 or 2. Well, obviously it was one of those 2. And he played Sonic Blastman. And won! Sorry to spoil that for you. In fact, we've done a commentary on that, I think. Myself and Console Snob. Oh, sorry, Snob. Don't worry, he's not watching this. So, it's time for GamesMaster's Consultation Zone. Hey!
GamesMaster, I've heard there's an extra life hidden in Jam Mac on the Game Boy. Can you tell me where it is, please?
On stage 6.
Oh dear. What's going on there, Patrick? You're off to the side. That's rather strange. Sit centrally, Patrick. Patrick Moore actually remained a TV presenter right up until his death at the age of 90-ish, I believe, for The Sky at Night. It was filmed in his house in the later years. But it was all the better for it, because it's not the same Sky at Night without him. I don't know if you've ever watched it, but it's that thing that comes on before Pages from CFAX at 2 AM. And it's surprisingly engaging. I believe they show repeats, but the newer versions really aren't the same with that Cox bloke. I've forgotten his name. Is it Simon Cox? Dr. Cox? Oh, I can't remember. Just Dr. Cox, let's call him. The universe is so wonderful. Come and savor it with me tonight. Come and savor the night sky. GamesMaster, what video games? You don't need video games when you have the night sky that you can look at and marvel at how wonderful it is, yes. Quite a contrast to Patrick Moore, I'd say. Right, yes. Press me, and then say, and then go down, and then play Lemmings, and then such and such a thing. Yes, I certainly have played lots of games in my time, and I am the ultimate master of them. Yes, certainly. Yes. Imagine Dr. Cox as GamesMaster. Now, I do believe they have discussed a comeback for GamesMaster, with potentially Dominic Diamond in there, potentially Dave Perry, lots and lots of rumours floating around, and I would watch it. Even though it's modern games and I'm not really interested in modern games, it's still GamesMaster. GamesMaster's GamesMaster, and I love it. Now, Christmas Lemmings, a Christmas-related game. Oh, I get it. They chose Yogi because he was going around Jellystone National Park, and it was all snowy. I get it. And look at this. The little lemmings are going to a Christmas pudding. Oh, I hope it's not an exploding Christmas pudding. Oh, I had flashbacks to a previous commentary there, but enough throwbacks. Because the Queen, I think she's the Queen, is doing quite well here. She might even win this.
Of course, not all lemmings are lucky enough to have a princess.
25 seconds gone.
Giving them
20
brollies.
seconds to go.
It's a time challenge.
It is a time challenge. You've got to keep moving, keep moving.
That's
keep
right, and in the bottom left-hand corner there's an icon with a plus sign on it. That speeds up the rate at which the lemmings are released out of that trap. She needs to do that.
What, you really have 7 minutes and 15 seconds left to do this particular stage? Forgive me. It's been a while since I've played Lemmings, so I could be a bit of an idiot when it comes to such things.
Tell us a bit about his game-playing prowess.
Well, Robin was...
Dave Perry, your angel costume is looking a bit grubby now. Hold your microphone to your mouth when you're commentating. Maybe it's just ultra-sensitive, so he has to hold it about 2 feet away. Oh, here's Sean Bean again. Come on, Sean Bean. Oh, it's actually Robin, Dick Whittington, Bath. But we'll say that he's Sean Bean for the sake of this, because I want Sean Bean to win. Half of everything is luck, James. And the other half, fate. Famous Sean Bean quote. So, right, let's see. Dexter seems very, very enamoured by the fact that these lemmings are dropping down with their umbrellas there and drawing attention to that fact. But if you're watching this on TV, in standard definition TV in 1993, or whenever this was broadcast, it's quite difficult to see that sort of thing, so Dexter would have to point that out, otherwise you wouldn't notice. Well, I do believe that Dick Whittington, aka Sean Bean, has won. Yes! Yes! Does that mean he's gonna get the golden joystick? Ah, well, we're gonna find out. The muscle-bound bloke is going to be here in a minute. Guys out there, did you prefer the muscle-bound blokes or did you prefer the models for the assistants to Dominic and Dexter? Or did you prefer Sean Bean? Did you prefer Dave Perry, the sexy, sexy Dave Perry? I know which one I would choose. Dave Perry, of course. Hey! One day we'll get Dave Perry on these commentaries. And indeed, Sean Bean, wearing the captain's armband there, strangely, is the winner. Well done, Sean. You're the overall winner and you get the Christmas joystick. I wonder if he still has that in his house. Probably not. He's pawned it for many, many gold pieces. Or just flogged it on eBay, probably. I do recall seeing somebody selling their golden joystick on one of my old videos. I have uploaded, I believe it was a Season 2 episode, the one with Super Mario Kart and virtuality in it, the dactyl panic thingy. In the comments for that video, somebody either commented or sent me a PM that he was selling an original GamesMaster golden joystick. And I have no idea what happened to that, but... Aha! Oh, what's this? He's always here in GamesMaster's workshop. Look at all those TVs! Oh, I wish I could go there. I'm not sure what this is. I think it's some sort of competition that you could enter to win those futuristic games consoles, the high-tech gadgets that you've seen earlier in this show, which, as it turned out to be, not very futuristic, as Induna has said in the comments for this video. All those 64-bit consoles were not the future, as it turned out. Let's see what other things people have been saying here. Mindstorm XL says of this episode, "That's 2 golden joysticks at the Bruno household as Frank himself won one in Series 2. Ah, yes, as we've already covered. And Sebs29 says, "Frank Bruno has the best laugh." Epic. Yes, he is indeed a legend, and I hope he takes this episode in good spirit. Well, I hope you enjoyed that 2-part special, ladies and gentlemen. It's Christmas, so please do enjoy the season. Next year we'll probably do the same thing, so Get your requests rolling in for Christmas-themed episodes, because it'll take me 365 days to get round to them. Until then, sayonara!